That'll be good. That'll be good. I'll just throw a strap over it.
Hey guys. I just wanted to share something cool that happened. There's been a zillion little things along this whole process that God has done to just remind me that he cares about the little things too, and the little things that I want. And I've had another one of those here tonight, and it's really cool. So I'm checking out my tiller, and number one, it's really weird. I've been trying to find exactly what the and by the way, in case you haven't noticed, I bought a tiller. Bought it at an auction. It was about the third of price of a new one. And if you see underneath, the tines are rusty from sitting, but if it had been used, there would be mud and dirt, signs of it all over the inside of it. And if I'm looking at the housing, like the actual yellow part, it's completely clean. So like, yeah, there's a little bit of dirt from sitting, but like it's not dirt from use. So I'm trying to find a manual for it, because unfortunately the manual's not with it. But this is the model number, just says tiller. That doesn't tell me anything. And there's nothing on here. Like normally I've seen pictures of them. They'll have like a model just plastered right there. Like everything does. I'm probably going to come to something that doesn't here after I say this, but like everything usually has a number on it. I don't know. Here, my tractor has a number on it to show you what it is. So here's the loader, and it's got right there, BT603. That's what I'm looking for. Something like that for this. And it'll probably have a 48 or a 4 in it or something. But it just says tiller, and it has the serial number, which has a 48 in it, which makes sense. The only thing I can find that is helpful is on the price tag, has an RT4. That's what made me find it. So anyway, I kind of found it. It's not exactly right. If you look at this thing, there were some things that I wanted on this that make for a good tiller. Number one is the number of tines on each spindle. So an ideal amount is 6, more the better. Many have 4. A good amount is 6. And also it's nice if it is gear driven, which this one is. That means that there's gears inside there that connect the line coming from the PTO to the actual tines. So that's good. If you look at this, I mean, this is thick steel. This is heavy. And when I'm comparing it to other 4-foot tillers, this is actually framed heavier than almost all of them that I'm finding. This is framed as heavy or about the same as like a 5-foot tiller, is the closest comparison to like how it's actually built. It is actually a heavier tiller. The only thing that I really wanted that this one didn't have was a reverse tine option. So there's, most tillers, they go forward. So they're kind of, as you're using it, it's pushing you forward. Which is fine. That's the majority of tillers out there. That's what they are. But there's also reverse tine tillers that go an opposite direction, kind of fights against, and it does a little better job of pulverizing the dirt as you go through. And I was looking, I thought this was odd. I saw these mounting bolts on the top. Okay, there's 2 mounting bolts. It holds here. Okay, whatever. But there's these 2 up here. I'm like, oh, that's odd. It must be made for, maybe they use this gearbox, for multiple models, and, the others mount differently or something. No. I was looking in the manual, and you can actually unbolt that and flip it over and make it a reverse tine tiller. So that was just something that I had just given up on, because that feature alone costs $500 to $700 more than like a standard front rotation tiller. And then I look and I see that, and I just think, like, Lord, you're so cool. Like, even like the little things that like I've given up on that I don't care about, like he still cares about and he's still thinking about. And there've just been a million little things like that. Like when I'd cut a piece of trim, and it would be like, you know, the scrap of that offcut would be the perfect size to fit on like the next piece. Like there's a lot of times where stuff like that happened, where it's just like, just weird little things that it's just like, that's so cool that it didn't have to happen that way, but it did. And then this, I literally get a brand new tiller for now basically a quarter of the price of what the new equivalent one would be. And it has every feature on it that I could have asked for. So it's pretty crazy. So very happy about it. I think I still don't, I'm not 100% sure exactly what model this is, but because, so even weirder, it's a county line tiller made by Tartar Industries USA, and it has I saw it somewhere, a QMC gearbox. So that's kind of what I'm finding with all these. They're all basically made, I think, by the same people and a little differently, but from what I can tell, this is a Tartar Industries 100 series tiller. But all the pictures of the 100 series Tartar tillers that I find are not built this heavy. Yeah, it's just very cool. There's a slip clutch on it too. You see this mechanism in here with there's little springs. See those springs down there? This, as it's spinning, if it hits something hard, it'll cause little ball bearings behind these springs to slip out of the groove and stop the rotation so you don't tear up your tractor. Most PTO shafts are like this one, where it is a bolt. Help me out. What are they called? Shear bolt. So that protects the tractor and the implement from not, if it hits something really hard, it will stop the power transfer. And that's what that slip clutch does. It's another feature that it didn't have to have, but it does. So anyway, I'm just feeling very blessed, and I needed to explain why it was cool. Yeah, I'm feeling very fortunate right now that the Lord's looking after me, and even things that I want. Like, I don't need this. I could borrow my parents. I could borrow my neighbors. You know, I could do it by hand. I don't need this, but it's very nice to have, and it's going to make a lot of other jobs possible and easier. So it's just a huge blessing. So anyway, feeling blessed tonight. So I hope everybody is encouraged by that, and hope you have a good night.